Last week, after I told you that the CIA issued a statement saying we believe that not only was Russia involved in hacking in order to help Donald Trump win the 2016 presidential election, but we have now also learned that Vladimir Putin, the former KGB agent and current Russian president, was also involved, specifically in terms of how the information would be used, et cetera, et cetera. The reactions from the Trumpists were varied, but also not so varied. But one of the main retorts was, David, listen, the CIA might think that, but the FBI doesn't think that. The FBI disagrees. James Comey doesn't agree. And I trust the FBI more than the CIA. The CIA is political, David, but the FBI is not. Well, yeah, right. We learned that that's obviously not the case after James Comey's ill-advised press conferences, letters, etc., relating to the Hillary Clinton email situation. But needless to say, we have now learned that the FBI agrees with the assessment of the CIA that Russian hacking that we now know Vladimir Putin was also involved in did have the goal of helping Donald Trump become president of the United States. Officials over the weekend discussed that FBI Director James Comey, Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, they are in agreement with that CIA assessment that Russia intervened to help Donald Trump win the White House. The positions of Comey and Clapper were revealed in a message that CIA Director John Brennan sent to the agency's workforce on Friday, saying, quote, "Earlier this week, I met separately with FBI Director James Comey and Director of National Intelligence Jim Clapper, and there is strong consensus among us on the scope, nature, and intent of Russian interference in our presidential election." So this puts to rest a few talking points, including that the FBI and CIA are not on the same page on the issue. Now, the FBI, that has been praised by Republicans as being the good intelligence agency because they told the truth about Hillary Clinton's emails, is the same FBI, Pat, that says, yes, Russia hacked us to help Donald Trump.
Yeah, and there's no reason to believe that these three intelligence agencies are all in a conspiracy to attack Trump. But it's interesting because Donald Trump is poised to run these three intelligence agencies in only a month, and now he's criticizing all three of them.
Yeah, this is, as I mentioned last week, one of the hallmarks of the sort of pseudo-populist authoritarian strongman is to express skepticism about all aspects of government, including elements of the government that you oversee, like intelligence agencies. But congressional Republicans would never play politics with national security information because that's what they accused Hillary Clinton of doing with Benghazi. Right. The reality is there was always this consensus. The FBI was quieter about it. And the reason that this is a big deal is that the FBI, hesitating to be this clear, was used by the right-wingers to disqualify and ignore the findings of numerous intelligence agencies, including the CIA. We have the FBI and CIA, now that this is clear, saying that a foreign government has intervened to help someone win the American presidency. Meanwhile, things continue, business as usual, Trump campaign doing anything it can think of to pretend that the story is bogus. But it grows, and it grows, and it grows. And this should be headline news on every news outlet. CIA and FBI agree. Russia hacked U.S. to help Trump win, and it worked. People should be outraged that Russia did this, and yet everyone seems oddly accepting of Russian interference as if it's kind of not a big deal.
Yeah, you should be outraged by this regardless of which candidate you supported. This is the legitimacy of our elections at stake here.
And Trumpists see conspiracies everywhere, except for where there actually seems to be one, and there's consensus that there was one according to intelligence agencies. Millions of undocumented immigrants voted for Hillary Clinton, and Trump would have otherwise won the popular vote. There's a major cover-up of Hillary's health, Obama's fake birth certificate, Pizzagate, on and on and on. All sorts of conspiracies, except for the one that both the FBI and the CIA now agree on.